Pats Nation, free agency is right around the bend, and we're already getting some rumors about some players that the Patriots could target. And this one I'm really excited to talk about. What is going on, Pats Nation? It's your boy Colby, also known as Patriots Global, back here with another video. I appreciate you guys for clicking on today's video to hear me talk about some Patriots news. If you haven't already, on your way in, leave a big like on the video, help support me so much, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for all of your New England Patriots news, thoughts, reactions, breakdowns. This is your one-stop shop for everything involving the New England Patriots. Today's video brought to you by BetUS. We'll talk to you a little bit later how you can get an exclusive deal as the Super Bowl is right around the bend. But according to Phil Perry, he is saying, and I quote, "The Patriots have been linked to Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton in free agency." As we all know, free agency is roughly about a month and a half away, starts about that midpoint of March, and the Patriots lead the NFL in cap space. They have projected about $130 to $133 million to spend, with pretty much every single notable free agent that they have signed to a future extension. So they can go out in free agency, hit the ground running, and spend pretty much all of that money at bringing in external talent. Now, Slayton isn't exactly young. He's a guy that if you bring in, you're probably only bringing in on about a 2 to 3 year deal. He's 28 years old. He's actually the same age as Chris Godwin. And I think that there are some comparable measures to both of those players. A lot of Patriots fans, they want the team to go out there and get Chris Godwin. But let's say that Godwin ends up staying with the Buccaneers, or he goes to a true contender. The Patriots could get somebody like Slayton who could serve in the same role, but isn't maybe as elite. He maybe isn't as productive. In terms of his contract, Sportrack is projecting that he is going to sign a 2-year, $31.7 million contract, which would rank him as the 22nd most expensive wide receiver in the NFL, which, hey, I don't think Darius Slayton is ever going to be a number one wide receiver, but I feel very confident and comfortable that Darius Slayton could be a very good number 2 on the New England Patriots. I also think that Slayton provides a role that the Patriots don't have, and that is a speedster wide receiver. A lot of us are out here talking about slots. We're talking about T. Higgins, Teteroa McMillan in the draft. Those big body guys who aren't very fast, but they're able to box you out through contested catches. They work really well through contact. But what the Patriots need is a guy who has speed, who can make a defense respect you over the top, who can stretch the field and be a true playmaker down the field. And ironically, Josh McDaniels was brought back to be the Patriots offensive coordinator. And if you look at his offense, every year he was here in New England, he had a guy who was an air quote speedster on the roster. Josh McDaniels values those fast receivers on his offense, even if they don't get a lot of production and they're just a decoy. He views that type of receiver a lot more highly than that big contested X receiver on the outside. You look at it, he had Nelson Aguilar, Philip Dorsett, Brandon Cooks. The list goes on and on. And I already hear the comments rolling in. Well, Colby, if he's that good of a wide receiver, why would the Giants let him go? The Giants need all the talent that they could possibly get. And first off, would you want to play for the New York Giants? If you were a good player, a team with not very good coaching staff, that entire team is going to be flipped around next offseason. Let's be honest. They got no quarterback. If you come to New England, you have a proven head coach, you're going to get money, and you can play with one of the most prolific and uprising quarterbacks in Drake May. And Darius Slayton was asked about his potential return. Would he be interested? Where does he look to go in free agency? And he said, and I quote, "My main priority is just being an integral part of whatever offense I'm in. I think I've shown that I'm a good football player. I've shown that I'm a positive impact in whatever offense I'm a part of. My primary goal is to get somewhere or be a part of an offense where I can get a chance to impact the game every single Sunday." You're coming to the New England Patriots, Darius Slayton. You're coming to make an impact, and you're coming to be a vital piece to this offense. The Patriots have 0 wide receivers, and if they cannot go out and get a real wide receiver one, there's a chance that Darius Slayton comes in, and he's the number 1 most productive player for the Patriots this upcoming season. Now, guys, before we continue on today's video, I want to give a massive shout out to the sponsor of this video over at BetUS. Right now, when you guys sign up and use the promo code you see on the screen, YouTube150, that is YouTube150, you will lock yourselves into a limited time exclusive offer of a 150% sign up bonus on your first deposit, followed by 125 on your next two, all the way up to $2,000. That is a deal on your first three deposits with BetUS right now. Great thing is that the Super Bowl is right around the bend. At the time of making this video, we got the championship games coming for the AFC and the NFC tomorrow, and then the Super Bowl in just a couple of weeks. There is no better time to get in on the action with BetUS. And look, I get it, Patriots fans, you might not want to bet because our New England Patriots are not here in the postseason. But one of the best things about BetUS is that they have the best betting variety in the business. So you can use this deal on the NBA, on baseball, on hockey. You can use it on politics, fighting, entertainment, horse racing, you name it. BetUS is going to have it for you to bet on. They also have a live casino, which is a really, really cool feature that they have. I've done it myself. Really, really cool, really, really fun games, really good variety of casino games there also that you guys can check out. They're also giving you 10% back on your net losses 2 times a year and have live wagering on all major games. But play smart, play responsible, never bet more than you can afford to lose, but a major shout out to BetUS. Now, when it comes to height, he's not anything special. He's only 6'1", but again, he is someone that you can play all over the offensive formation, whether the Patriots want to put him on the outside, whether the Patriots want to put him in the slot. And I think an underrated part to Darius Slayton's game is what he can do after the catch per reception. I was looking at yards after catch per reception out of all of the free agents that are pending here in March, and Darius Slayton's 4.9 yards per catch after reception, or excuse me, yards after catch per reception with 4.9 yards. That was only second. That was only behind Chris Godwin, who I believe was at 5.2 yards. Now, a really cool thing that PFF does is they track how productive a wide receiver was in every phase of the field, between the numbers, outside left, outside right, short, intermediate, deep. And as you can see, Darius Slayton was the most productive between the numbers. And what do we know about Drake May? We know that Drake May says that he feels the most comfortable and has been very clearly the most productive when working in between the numbers. That's a big reason on why tight ends succeed so well with Drake May. That's why Austin Hooper, Hunter Henry, both of those guys were very productive for the Patriots this past season. And Darius Slayton had an elite PFF grade in all three phases in between the numbers. 91.1 overall grade in the short section, 96.4 overall grade in the intermediate section, and then in the deep part of the field had a 90.1 overall grade. The best place that he worked this past season was that intermediate section between the numbers with, again, a 96.4 overall grade. Quarterbacks when targeting him there were 6 for 12, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and an overall grade of 88.9. As you can see, though, if the Patriots, Josh McDaniels, they do want to use him in, again, that Nelson Aguilar type of role as that big outside X receiver to make a defense respect you over the top, put him out on the left side. He can also be very productive there, putting up pretty good overall numbers with PFF. Now, ultimately, does this solve the Patriots' need for a number one wide receiver? A coverage dictating number one guy? No. But I also think that Darius Slayton has not been unlocked. He's been with the team in the New York Giants, who aren't very good at developing wide receivers. They also haven't been very good, period. The coaching staff, the team in general, extremely bad quarterback play. I think that if Darius Slayton goes to the right place, a team that needs help at wide receiver, has a good quarterback, but also has an offensive coordinator that knows how to use their players, I think that Darius Slayton can really be unlocked and could even be a 900 to a 1,000 yard receiver. Now, of course, if you bring him in, that probably does kick somebody off the roster in terms of the wide receiver group that we saw in a larger portion last season. That could be Jalen Polk, Javon Baker. Some people have thrown the idea that Kendrick Bourne could maybe still be released given his age and contract. I wouldn't do it, especially with bringing back Josh McDaniels. I think Kendrick Bourne is poised for one of the best seasons we've seen in recent years from him. So probably looks like one of those younger guys could be on the outside looking in if this move is made. But this is where I kick it to you guys. What are your thoughts on Darius Slayton? Do you want him to be a part of the New England Patriots or not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. On your way out, leave a big like on the video, subscribe to the channel for all your New England Patriots news. Another big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. But until next time, go Pats.